Welcome to On the Edge with JP Devine from Central Maine Sunday. On the Edge with JP Devine Audio is sponsored by Sprague & Curtis Real Estate, the largest full-service real estate brokerage in Central Maine's capital region, selling properties, helping people, getting it done. Visit their website at spragueandcurtis.com. Now here's JP Devine.
Oh, Lord, one elderly man sighed. Land's sake, said a tiny lady. I'm not sure anyone said, what will they think of next, but it's possible. Well, that happened. The great drag queen experiment in beautiful downtown Waterville, part of the 2019 Central Maine Pride Festival and International Diversity Act, has had its 15 minutes and come and gone. No litter was left behind and no animals were hurt. I, myself, missed the festivities. I was home watching Dustin Hoffman in Tootsie. But I understand that an interesting time was had by all. It reminded me of an old movie where British entrepreneurs introduced radios to African tribesmen. The frightened villagers all shook spears and rattled beads at the departing Brits. Lesson learned. Innovation always comes with risk. My mother remembers the day when Willarding's store in Herman, Missouri, put the first floor model Zenith radios in the window, and locals from 3 adjoining towns poured in just to touch them and turn the dials. I can personally remember the big doings at the streetcar shop at Grand and Cherokee Street in front of Rickenbacker's appliance store, when they displayed the first color television sets. Well, there were just a few screens displaying ribbons of color and a clock. But it drew a huge crowd. The police were called to handle crowd control. True story. Here in beautiful downtown Waterville on this lovely June day, just down from the grim crater where Levine's department store once stood, the folks, patriots all, filled the sidewalks on both sides. Residents of the city rattled their hand-painted candy-colored signs like spears, mumbled some curses, and clutched their small children to their breasts like strings of pearls as a man in a dress appeared as promised. Oh, well, as the old song goes, life upon the wicked stage is nothing that a girl supposes. Today, as something like summer creeps into Castanguay Square, the red-faced appalled and the giddy delighted have all gone home and taken their spears and their rattles with them. Oh, the estimable Ellen Richmond, owner of Children's Bookseller on Main Street, has recovered and restocked the shelves. Richmond, who benefited a bit by the pandemonium, went on record by saying, "I'm not inviting pedophiles into pet little children. I have one man coming in dressed as a woman to read stories to children, and then we're going to make wands and crowns." Egad! I was disappointed to hear that. I'd have loved to come in and make a wand and a crown. Who could be against wands and crowns? A little theater here for the great unread. Drag is rooted in classic theater, from the ancient Greeks to kabuki theater in Japan, where men still play women. We all know that in Shakespeare's plays at the Globe, women were strictly banned from performing on stage, and not one of the groundlings rattled a spear or threw a rock. Those of us old enough to remember the wonderful Jim Bailey, who did the best Judy Garland ever. And not only Judy, but a great Joan Crawford, Barbra Streisand, and Peggy Lee. Bailey was in the true theatrical drag fashion. He was known as a female impersonator, and that is an art. By the way, wasn't that Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon in beautiful drag for Some Like It Hot? Nobody's perfect. As for me, I played the Blessed Mother in the 6th grade Passion play because Mary Lister came down with the measles. Sisters said I had to step in because I was the prettiest boy in the class. For the record, I think it was Billy Haganey who played Jesus. It gets better. When I was teaching comedy theater for teens at the Waterville Opera House, there was a tight spot where 6 girls playing nuns had to make a 10-minute quick change that went to 15. So I grabbed a maternity frock off the rack, a terrible wig, and a student's guitar. I went on as Carmen Diaz and improvised the song. I met my sailor on the beach in Las Palmas. The break went to 20 minutes. Those who attended will tell you that I was fabulous. Ellen Goodman, feel free to book me for your next event. I'll read the Miller Report in a nice pinafore and bugle beads.
Thanks for listening to On the Edge with JP Devine from Central Maine Sunday. On the Edge with JP Devine is sponsored by Sprague & Curtis Real Estate, the largest full-service real estate brokerage in Central Maine's capital region. Selling properties, helping people, getting it done. Visit their website at spragueandcurtis.com. Make sure you pick up Central Maine Sunday this week wherever newspapers are sold, and visit our website at centralmaine.com.